Hey everybody, what's going on? I am Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary revolutionary astrologer. Say that 5 times fast. And I'm bringing you your celestial wisdom for the week of May 5th through the 12th of 2024. And it is a new moon week in Taurus. It's also Mother's Day this coming up Sunday. So we all can say Happy Mother's Day, even if we maybe don't have a good relationship with our mother, but somebody gave birth to us. So we can at least honor the fact that a woman in our life gave us life itself. And yeah, thanks so much for your support too. The feedback that you give me and the little cheerleading really helps, especially with my radio show on 1-2 Radio and then here on this channel. And I'm going to be posting the new moon memes again. I know I fell off because of mystery school, and I'm actually going to be going at the end of this month again for it. So lots going on, trying to keep up with it all, but sometimes it's just a lot. So thank you for your patience, your support. And of course, we have to have a card for the week. So as I am sitting here shuffling these cards, let's just see what the energy feels like first before I pull the card. So energetically, this coming week, it feels as though there's going to be some really beautiful energy that supports our healing, that supports some sweetness and that gentleness that Taurus brings in, as well as we're looking for comforts. And so I would say that this week in particular, we're trying to find ways in which we can connect to our truth and find comfort in being even more of our authentic selves, right? And manifesting, we're looking to manifest this week. And usually new moons are not actions. It's not time to take action. But I would say that for this week in particular, we may start to see some, we'll say sprouts or even some fruit being birthed here from some seeds and actions that we've taken over the last 6 months or so. So this could be a really fertile time this week in particular. So that just leads me to say, if you're looking to get pregnant, and I'm giving you full permission, then please get lots of practice in this week, because I would say that there's a lot of fertility happening. So let's see what the card is. Oh, we have the Four of Wands. How lovely is this one? And as I mentioned, this is my Celtic tarot deck that I've had for over 25 years and absolutely love it. And that Four of Wands reminds us to be optimistic, that we've got this foundation that we can play and we can create and we can find that passion again, and that there's things developing. This continues to support the manifestation energy for this coming week. And so use time to step back, maybe spend a little time in nature, spend a little time alone, and look for those creative sparks and the way to find inspiration, because that's where the manifestations are going to happen. And also, I would say there's going to be some really cool conversations and connections that are made this week that give you some more stability in your life. Now, let's talk about the energy on an astrological basis too. So on Monday, we've got the moon, Mercury, and Chiron all canoodling in Aries. So the energy coming off of the weekend into Monday, it may have some pretty independent thinking going on that can scratch wounds if we are attached to an outcome, or if we're looking for approval. We're going to probably be feeling like, hey, I'm going to do this and I hope that person likes it, or I hope I get the reflection back that I want, and we may not get it. So it's a reminder that this particular day and the energy setting us up for the week is all about desires and needs that we have for ourselves, honoring that and remembering that it's your dance, do it your way, and don't apologize for being that unique expression of the one consciousness, because that's who we all are. We're all one unique expression of one voice. And so you get to be you, doing it your own way. And it leads us into Tuesday's Taurus new moon. And we're going to have Mercury still conjunct Chiron, but there's also this new moon is going to be sextiling Saturn and Pisces. So we have this, again, a reset that happens every month of a new cycle for seeds of intention. And this one is a new cycle for manifesting and for actually seeing something tangible, something that we can trust that shows up, something that gives us some stability. So we may be looking at ways that we're evaluating our values as well. See if maybe some new ones emerge. Because remember, values change over time and things like that. So, for example, my I'll be with my grandson and son and daughter-in-law next week. I'm so excited. And their values shifted when Samson was born because they didn't have to put a little one first. They could have other values of socializing with their friends and staying out later, or, maybe working more hours or whatever. And now their values shift to, we want to be home more with the baby, and we want to maybe connect with friends that have other children as well, things like that. So remember, our values can change based on our life circumstances and where we're at. So that's something that we can use this new moon to really take time. What do I value most right now? And the reason being is that in manifesting, we're making decisions. If the decisions line up with the values, we'll be happy. If they don't, I think there's going to be a lot of sleepless nights because we'll be wrestling around in ourselves going, why did I do that? Why did I compromise that value? Now I feel shitty, whatever, right? So look at your values, look at decisions that are being made or that are coming. Like if you need a new job and you're trying to manifest it and you get a interview with a company, but the company just doesn't line up with your values. Let's say you want to work 100% remote and they want you to do hybrid, or they want you to go back full time to the office. It's like, no, I can't compromise that just for the paycheck, So there's things like that. I would also say intuitively that this week should have some job offers, some declarations of love, some decisions around, let's say, selling a home and finally getting that contract. Again, manifestation week. So if something you've been toying with, working with, maybe your house has been sitting on the market too long, now is the time for things to get energized where that offer may come. So do an open house this week. Do one over the weekend. Then we also have ways that we might get more creative. We're looking for more beauty, more art in our lives, things like that. Some of us may decide that the seeds we're planting is to find more ways to put art into our lives. Maybe take a dance class or a painting class, or we get together with our friends, our girlfriends, our loved ones, whatever, and do a paint and sip party. Those are always fun. Take a glass of wine and learn how to paint something. Those are just some ideas, but finding ways in which we can have more pleasure in our lives here. And remember, with the sextile to Saturn and Pisces, this has some long-term potential to it. So what we're starting now, the seeds we're planting now, will take time to really manifest, but it will start to give us a renewed sense of commitment, a renewed sense of stability. And I think that's really important, especially as unstable as this world is right now. We're going to be looking at cultivating relationships that do create greater stability. So spending time with the people that actually invest in us as much as we invest in them. That's that Aries, Libra, North-South node going on. And so we're wanting to see that reciprocation, and then we can commit even deeper to those important relationships because it feels in balance, or it feels congruent. This is also a great time where connections and conversations can help to heal some old wounding that we might have. Maybe we are talking with a loved one and the subject matter reminds us or triggers us of an old wound, but the way in which we navigate that actual conversation could help us work through it, help us heal it, help us have greater understanding. And some ahas can also pop in because the day after Mother's Day, and I'm saying a big shout out to my mother, happy Mother's Day. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to share this because I don't think my parents watch my video. I'm going to surprise them when I'm back east. I'll say it that way. We'll just leave it at that. And I'll tell you more about it once the surprise happens. So anyways, Mother's Day, just before, just after Mother's Day on the 13th, the sun is catching up with Uranus. It'll make an exact conjunction, or canoodling, as I like to say, That happens on the 13th. And it's in the sign of Taurus. And what it's asking for us to do is to stay really grounded when unexpected things arise. So there may be, we are trying to create greater stability and all of that, but then a curveball shows up, and it's not always a bad thing, especially with the sun involved. It's very positive, right? Could be this sudden windfall of money, or the sudden, like I say, a contract on a home, or a sudden job offer, or whatever it might be. A sudden aha that drops in that gives you this wisdom, this sense of like, I know I'm on purpose, right? Or this, oh, that's what it means. This is who I really am, or this is how I really want to express myself. And that feels really good. So there's this illumination that's happening, and the energy is often felt leading up to the exact aspect. We don't always feel it on the exact aspect. So pay attention to the weekend leading into Mother's Day, and then, of course, the day after. And so this can be where our unique expressions can be enlightening to those around us, which that helps them feel that they can trust us more, and that creates more stability. Because I think that's probably another big theme for this week is greater trust, trusting in ourselves, trusting in the relationships we built. And also, I would say another word that's dropping in as I'm talking about this right now is commitment. We're going to be looking at, what are we committed to? Have we been wishy-washy about things? And it's funny, I was talking to my kids the other day about commitment, because that was a word that was brought up. And I said, well, for me, I used to think commitment, I have great respect for what commitment is, but at times it felt heavy, or like there was this great sense of responsibility, and there is, but the heaviness didn't feel good to me, right? And now I look at commitment, dedication, devotion as a gateway to mastery. And it's like, okay, I can commit to this or to that person, this relationship, whatever. And instead of running because it gets a little sticky, because all relationships are going to have their sticking points, I'm not going to run from it. I'm going to learn how to master my energy, my conversations. I'm going to learn how to master working in this relationship dynamic, and trying to use my skills and my practices to deepen not only my relationship with this person, but my relationship to myself, and that truth within me, creating greater trust within myself. Can I trust that what I feel is valid, that what I want is valid, and then being able to share that and not have to have somebody else's approval. Acceptance is another thing, but I don't need their approval. So these are kind of some of the things that we're going to be looking at, working with this week. And I would say, because Uranus is involved here into the weekend, expect the unexpected. And like I say, it's not always a negative thing when it's unexpected. But I will say, and this is me picking on the fixed signs, and that is, unexpected change isn't fun for fixed signs. They don't like surprises unless it's something that creates greater stability for them, right? They don't let go easily. So if you are a Taurus, a Leo, a Scorpio, or an Aquarius, this could be challenging for you when you have that curveball show up. However, use the Taurus energy to stay really grounded, really present, and stay committed to what you value most. That's how we can navigate the manifesting that's going to be happening this week and into the next few weeks. All right, you guys, I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Come find me at jamiedawn.com, 12listen, and tune into 12 Radio, where I will be every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific. All right, you guys, have a great week.